Weather Impact Team, and we are joining you tonight with this extended weather update, talking about some changes that are going to be moving our way, but it's still going to take a little while before those changes get here, as we need some rain, and those changes will include some rain, and that rain will impact part of your weekend. I'm going to break down that timing of all this for you coming up in just a little bit, but first, we're going to continue this pattern of the cool mornings and the warm afternoons over the next few days with dry weather, with more sunshine. So even though we need some rain, we don't have any coming for a while, so at least we can enjoy the beautiful weather that we have while we're waiting for this rain to get here. And we're going to see those temperatures once again going up into the 80s tomorrow and really for the rest of the work week. And the time frame for when those temperatures generally get into the 80s between 2 and 6 o'clock in the afternoon. Today, we made it up into the mid 80s, and tomorrow we're going to be at about 83 degrees. So still very warm, above where we should be here for this time of year. So remember, keep your sunglasses with you all day because we will see plenty of sunshine here during the day. And even though you still need a light jacket in the morning because of the cooler air with those temperatures that are in the 50s, you'll be taking off that jacket and having your short sleeve shirt and most likely shorts here for those afternoons with those temperatures that are still very warm and above average for this time of year. Now, the satellite radar picture will show you what we have going on right now, and it's not showing us anything because we don't have any major weather features going on right now in our area. Of course, radar shows us rain. We're not seeing any of that. The satellite imagery shows us the clouds. We're not seeing any clouds around over North Georgia or here in the metro Atlanta area. Now, you saw a little bit of green popping up here and there. Those are just some false echoes that we were seeing here. And really around the entire state, it is dry right now. Here is a live look. This is our tower cam from Arizona Avenue looking over toward the west, where you can see our skyline there. The nice blue sky, the nice clear sky that we have. We had a beautiful sunset. Sun setting now at about 7:05. So yeah, that sunset's getting earlier and earlier. Now when we're talking to you at 9 o'clock, remember in the summer when I would do these at 9 o'clock and we would still see light there on the horizon as the sun had just gone down? Now it is just dark out there at 9 o'clock. This is our view from our tower cam at Georgia Tech as we've zoomed in a little bit to some of the downtown buildings. Such a beautiful skyline that we have here, and we have great visibility out there for tonight. And this is in Athens, looking toward the downtown area. This is also looking west. I believe this is the Methodist Church over here. And then, of course, we're looking down Clayton Street, I believe right here is what that is over the downtown area. So looking great. It's a great night in Athens, too. Athens got warm today with temperatures into the mid 80s. Here in Atlanta, we actually hit 85 for a high. Earlier, we were reporting 84, and that was the climatological data that the National Weather Service put out at around 4:30, 4:40. Well, it went up another degree since then. So 85 is the official high for today. And that misses the record by just 2 degrees. The record high for today's date is 87. The average high for this time of year is 75. So we were 10 degrees warmer than that today. And even though it was warm this afternoon, the morning hours were still very nice. We had 58 degrees for a low temperature this morning. We should be around 56 for this time of year. So that was just 2 degrees above the average. And again, our rainfall deficit continues to grow. Each and every day it grows a little bit more. Of course, each and every day we don't have rain. And so we're now at 5 3/4 inches below where we should be in rainfall for the year. And we've got some rain coming on the second half of the weekend. But it's not going to be a lot. It's just going to be some rain coming in here. It's not going to wipe out this deficit, and it's not going to be a drought buster either. Now, when you look at those highs and lows today, of course, the lowest came this morning right after sunrise. Around 8 o'clock this morning is when we had that low of 58. And then this afternoon, between 4 and 5 o'clock, or maybe just after 5 o'clock is when we hit 85 degrees. For that high temperature. Now we are back down into the 70s with that clear sky. Temperatures are dropping pretty quickly there. Now Atlanta is one of the only spots in the 70s except for Marietta and also Rome and Dalton. Those are the areas still in the 70s. Everybody else is pretty much in the 60s except for Blairsville where it's 57 degrees. But Athens right now is 64, 64 in Covington, 66 in Carrollton, 66 also over into Eatonton. So, a really comfortable night that we're dealing with out there. And then during the day tomorrow, it's going to be another cool start. Temperatures down to about 59, maybe 1 degree higher than it was for us this morning. And then temperatures rising pretty quickly during the day. Around lunchtime or 11 o'clock, 72. And then at 1 o'clock, 78. So still holding in the 70s, upper 70s there in the lunchtime hour. And then as we go through the rest of the afternoon, that's when we bump up to 83 degrees for that high temperature between most likely 4, 5 o'clock when we'll be feeling that, that highest temperature of the day. So here's the forecast track. And I'm going to walk you through this, but you're not going to see much changing on this at all. We just still have high pressure over us. We're not seeing any rain moving in or really many clouds around at all. You see over to South Carolina overnight into tomorrow morning, there are just a few clouds there, but nothing over us here in metro Atlanta. We have this wind kind of variable in the, during the day tomorrow, generally coming out of the north and east and then switching to the north. So the wind is not really going to be that big of an issue out there. It's not going to be, a brisk wind or anything. It's just some variable wind directions that we're going to be talking about Thursday. Another cool start into the afternoon hours, still very dry, no rain, no clouds around. Now I want to show you some slight changes moving in for Friday. And this model is showing, you see the gray showing up on the map early on Friday morning, and then during the day, just a few clouds are going to be pushing through our area. This is not going to be a thick overcast cloud cover that we're going to see in our area. These will just be a few clouds coming in that at times may kind of filter out the sunshine, but nothing really thick. And of course, no rain producers here either in our area. And that'll stick with us really off and on throughout the day. So we're going to call it partly cloudy during the day here on Friday. Now, here's the European model. And this is going to take us through the weekend. This is one of our long-range models. And this is the one that's showing us when the rain is going to be moving in. Now, the European model and the American model, the GFS, are in agreement on us getting some rain. They're just still not in agreement on how much rain we are going to get. So here's the time frame of what we're talking about, where again, just like we showed you on the graph model just a few minutes ago, going into Wednesday, no rain around, no clouds around. Thursday, still no rain, no clouds. On Friday, this is a look at just some of those clouds that are going to start pushing in here on Friday. But again, these are not going to be giving us any rain. And on Saturday, even though you're not seeing a lot showing up here on the graphics, I do think we'll see a few more clouds increasing gradually during the day on Saturday ahead of this next system. This is the rain system that's going to be getting closer to us. It won't be here on Saturday. It's going to stay dry here on Saturday based on the modeling that we're seeing right now. But that rain will be to the west of us, beginning to move into southwest Alabama. Some scattered showers there over Mississippi. And then the main area of rain will be stretching from Missouri through Arkansas, down into Louisiana, parts of Texas, and then down into the Gulf. This is going to be moving our way. And it may be late night on in Alabama when they see a few showers pushing in toward Birmingham. And then through the day on Sunday, we're going to see some of these showers here. Now, I know on this model, it looks like a wide band of rain, that it's going to be raining all day long. I don't think it's going to be raining all day long on Sunday, but there will be some off and on showers during the day, starting possibly early in the morning through the afternoon and into the evening. This is the map for 3:30 in the afternoon. This is not going to sit on top of us and rain for a while, which would be a really good thing if it did that, because we need some good rain to come in here. It's going to move through pretty quickly. So by Monday, it's out of here. We'll start drying out again, and then we'll stay dry into Tuesday as well, with cooler temperatures coming in with this system too. Not cold or anything, but just going back down into the 70s. So we're really going to go from being 8-10 degrees above average back to about average, with temperatures that'll be around, let's say 76, 77 degrees going into next week. So that's the time frame of what we are seeing here with this system as it continues to move on through. Nothing major going on in the tropics near us at all. The Gulf of Mexico is very quiet. The Caribbean is really quiet right now. And the Western Atlantic is pretty quiet. Now, we do have a system in the Central Atlantic. This is Lorenzo, which is a tropical storm. Now, I know we've been showing you this over the past couple of nights, and then the modeling that came in on this and the forecast tracks that came in on this yesterday was showing it getting up to about 65-mile-an-hour winds as it moved up through the Atlantic, staying a tropical storm. Now, this thing is really having a hard time holding together. And right now, it's barely a tropical storm with winds at about 40 miles an hour. Now, let me show you the forecast track that shows it going north and then turning northeast. And instead of seeing 65-mile-an-hour winds over the next couple of days, it's going to barely maintain tropical storm status here for Wednesday and into Thursday. We think that by Thursday afternoon, it's going to become a remnant low with those winds below 39 miles an hour, which would be a tropical storm. It'll be about 35. So we think it's going to lose its tropical storm status here going into Thursday afternoon because it's just having a hard time staying together. It was showing signs of strengthening yesterday. Now it's just been showing signs of weakening, and we really don't think that it's going to be moving into an atmosphere conducive of more strengthening. So this is going to be a minimal tropical storm, not impacting anybody at all, just mainly a fish storm out there in the Atlantic. Here's another look at those storm names, just to kind of review here, where we had the first names, Andrea through Dexter. Those were tropical storms. Then we had Aaron, that was a Category 5. Then Fernand. Then Gabrielle was a Category 4, then Umberto was a Category 5, Imelda was a Cat 2, and then we've had Jerry, Karen, and Lorenzo that have been tropical storms. So this is the number of storms that we've had so far this year, and we are nearing November. Now, of course, it's mid-October. We're nearing November. The hurricane season goes through the end of November. November is usually a pretty slow month too, but we can't count anything out for this year. We'll just keep an eye on these storms, the eye on the tropics here, just to see if we get any other storms that could ramp up. And the models are showing the potential of one maybe getting into the Caribbean next week, but that's way out. The models are not in agreement on that, so we'll just keep an eye on that for you too. I know you're probably seeing stuff on social media where people are posting these rogue models, and then the next model run comes in and it totally disappears. So that's why you need to kind of be careful in following some of those folks who post those models like that, because it gets everybody all fired up about, oh wow, look, it's going to come here, and then it doesn't. So we'll keep you posted once we get some consistency there. Dew points, the amount of moisture in the atmosphere, indicating dew points in the 50s, which is very dry and very comfortable too. By Sunday, when we see that rain chance coming up, dew points dip back up into the lower 60s, and then we dry out again going into Monday with another surge of really dry air coming in. And then timing out with that moisture content in the air going up, that's when we see those rain chances too. So we're dry Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Then on Sunday, that's when we're going to see that 50% chance for some showers that'll be moving through our area. Now, I told you the models are not in agreement on how much rain is going to be coming in. Do you remember when I showed you this last night? The American model was showing a lot of rain and even 1 to 2 inches over parts of North Georgia. The European model was showing 0 rain for us here in the Atlanta area with some lighter amounts up in North Georgia. Well, these models have kind of, they're coming together a little bit, but now the European model is showing over an inch over parts of North Georgia, whereas the American model is not showing that anymore. The American model is showing really between about 1/3 of an inch to an inch of rain over Metro Atlanta and North Georgia, whereas the European model showing less rain around, let's say, around 1/2 inch. So what we do as meteorologists is when we see these models, we look at them, we remember what they said one day, and then we look at them again the next day, and we look for trends in these models. And right now, this trend is that these models are trying to come together a little bit and get a little closer there. So hopefully we'll get a little more consistency with that over the next couple of days. Low temperatures are going to stay cool over the next few days with temperatures in the 50s for the wake-up time. And then Sunday, when we have that chance for rain, it's going to be a little milder there at 62 in the morning. And then the afternoons also staying a little bit above the average. The average high for this time of year is 76. We'll be at 83 Wednesday, 81 Thursday, 80 Friday, back to 82 on Saturday, and then that cooler air comes in on Sunday. And on Sunday, that's going to be helped by the cloud cover blocking out some of that sunshine and the rain that'll help to cool us off. But then after the rain ends and the sun returns on Monday and Tuesday, even with sunshine, we're still going to hold in the 70s as some more drier and cooler air pushes in here. So 83 for the high Wednesday. There you see the lower 80s on Thursday and Friday. Mostly sunny Wednesday and Thursday. On Friday, I do think we'll see a few more clouds that'll be building in. Saturday, a few more clouds pushing in too, but the rain stays away until Sunday. And that's where we're going to see some of those showers pushing through with temperatures that are going to be right around 77 degrees. Then decreasing clouds on Monday with highs near 75, then 77 on Tuesday. So that cooler air coming in after that rain pushes out and we clear out for the first part of next week. Thanks for watching us for this extended weather update here on 11 Alive Plus and Weather Impact 24/7. We'll have more updates for you throughout the day tomorrow, and of course we'll update your forecast for you coming up tonight at 11 on 11 Alive News. Thanks for watching. Have a good night.